Hello students, today we will start the last lesson from our syllabus, that is lesson number 17, and the name of the lesson is a circle, chord and arc. Inside the circle lesson we are going to study the chord, the properties and the properties and properties of chord and the arc that we are going to study now. Before starting the lesson, let's recall the sum of the points that you have already studied in the previous class, that is in the class 7. Okay, so here it is one figure. Here circle is shown. As you know all, this is our circle. Okay, under this circle, inside the circle, the line which passes from the center of the circle and join 2 points on the circle, it is called as a diameter. Okay, this is a recall, just I am revising the it is a diameter. Okay, then the line which joins the center of the circle, the line which joins the center of the circle and one point on the circle, the line which joins one point on the circle and the center of the circle is called as a radius. So here OD is a radius of a circle and AB is a diameter of a circle. AB is a diameter of a circle. Then the line which joins the 2 points on the circle, the line which joins 2 points on the circle but do not passing from the center of the circle is called as a what? Chord. So PQ is a chord of a circle. So that points you have already studied in the previous classes. So let us see the questions which is given in our textbook. And what is the question given here? In the adjoining figure, here it is the figure, and in this figure inside, O is the center of the circle. So O is the center of the circle. With reference to the figure, fill in the blanks. Which are the fill in the blanks given here? That we will see. Sec OD, here it is sec OD. I shown here with the blue color. This is this line. Okay. OD is dash of the circle. Yes, here I already written here. OD is a radius of a circle. Okay, OD is a radius of the circle. Now sec AB is a, if you see here sec AB, here I shown with the red color and here it is. So sec AB is a what? It is the line which is passing from the center of the circle and intersect the 2 points on the circle. That's why this is the AB is a diameter of a circle. AB is a diameter of a circle. diameter is the spelling of diameter. Okay, then PQ. If you see here the brown color I shown here, okay, PQ is a chord of a circle. CHORD. CHORD. It is a chord of a circle. After this, what is given? Dash is the central angle. As you know that the angle which is whose vertex is the center of the circle, okay, that angle is called as a which? That is the central angle. So in figure, the DOB is a central angle. DOB is a central angle, and also DOA is also a central angle. Okay, and then here, so here what we have to write? Angle DOB and angle DOA. As you know all, that is the vertex we have to take at the center whenever we are reading the name of the angle. So DOA and DOB are the central angles. After this, just note down these points because I am going to clear this and then we will take the next part of the recall. Then here minor arc. As you know all, the arc whose measure is less than semicircle is called as a minor arc. So here the minor arc AXD, here it is AXD, the minor arc AXD. Then afterwards BD is also minor arc. Okay, and some more minor arcs are there that I will show you here. The another minor arc is the BQ. Okay, so here BQ. Next minor arc is the, I am showing with the different color for better understanding, and PQ, sorry, PQ is also a minor arc, and at last AP, at last AP, this is also a minor arc. So circle is divided into smaller segments. When the bangle breaks, it, what happens, we can see its pieces. The piece is called as the arc of a circle. Okay, so here arc, but whenever you are writing this, you have to write in this way. I will write here, which I told you, arc BQ, right here, arc BQ, then arc PQ, and then arc AP are the minor arcs of the circle. Okay, after this question, let's move towards the major arc of the circle. According to the definition, the major arcs, which are the major arcs? The arcs whose measure is more than 180 is called as a major arc. So if you see in the figure, PAB is the major arc, because if you see here, it is more bigger than the semicircle. Semicircular circle is here. Okay, so it is bigger than the semicircle, that's why it is a major arc. After that, PDQ, this is also a major arc. Okay, and another, it is the one more arc we have to write here. So arc QDB, which arc QDB is also a major arc. Okay, after the major arc, we will see the semicircular arc. Semicircular arc is these arcs whose measure is exactly 180. So AXB and APB, AXB and APB are the semicircular arcs according to the figure. Okay, so here given it is arc ADP and ADB, arc ADB, and we have to write either another arc, that is AQ, arc AQB are the semicircular arcs. Okay, then next point is the measure of, here fill in the blanks inside, we have to write measure of arc DB is equals to. So as you know all, arc is what happens, measure of the central angle and the intercepted arc is the same. So arc DB, measure of arc DB is equals to measure of angle DOB. Okay, so this is the central angle, and that's why the measure of arc which was inscribed by the angle is same. So here it is the angle DOB and it intercept the arc DB, and that's why angle DOB is equals to arc DB. The next is the arc DAB. So arc DAB, which is given in the picture, is here it is given DAB, DAB. So measure of arc DAB is equals to what they gave us here, the 360 minus measure of arc dash. It is given in that way. So what is its answer? So here, as you know that this is the central angle for this arc ADAB. Okay, now so arc DAB is how 360 minus angle DOB, because DB is a arc which is inscribed by angle DOB. B. So here angle sign is given, that's why what we have to write here, 360 minus measure of angle D O will come here. Okay, because DOB is a central angle and it inscribes the DB. And actually if here arc written instead of measure of angle, here arc is written, at that time we have to write here 360 minus arc DB, and here angle sign given, that's why it's the central angle, we have to take the DB central angle, and it is the which DOB. Okay, in this way we have to complete the let's recall, and after that what we will see the next the properties of the chord of a circle. Okay, now for understanding this property, what we have to do, first of all I will show you an activity here, and for that what we have to do here, we have to draw one circle. Okay, so here it is a circle. Then you also just do this activity with me, draw the circle, then draw one line which is draw the chord for this circle. Okay, then here it is the center of the circle, this is the center of the circle. Okay, what we have to do, we have to draw the perpendicular to the circle from the point that is the center of the circle. So if here I have drawn the center of the, so we have to draw here perpendicular for this circle. Now if you measure, this is the right angle, this is the center of the circle C, center of the circle C, and AB is a chord of it, and CD is a perpendicular on it. So the property is that if we draw the perpendicular to the chord from the center of the circle, it bisects the chord. The meaning of it is that if AB is equal to 6 centimeter, then AD is equals to 3 centimeter and DB is equal to also 3 centimeter. So this is the property. So for that what we have to do, first you draw the circle. Okay, after that you draw the chord for this from the center of the circle by using a set square, draw the perpendicular. Okay, and then measure the distance of AD and DB. You will notice that AD is equals to DB. Okay, and if AD is not equals to DB, then your construction is wrong. So that we have to study. So this is the activity given in our textbook. Draw the chord AB of a circle with center O. Draw the perpendicular. So here perpendicular drawn to the chord. Measure AP. We have to measure AP and PB, both the distance. Draw 5 circles of a different radius. Okay, and draw the chords perpendicular from the center of the circle. This activity we have to repeat for the 5 circles. Verify with the divider that the 2 parts of the chord are equal. If you will get the following property. So which property we have studied from this activity? The property is that the perpendicular drawn from the center of the circle bisect the chord. What is the property that you have to learn? For fill in the blanks, it may be asked to you. So the perpendicular drawn from the center of the circle to its chord bisect the chord is the property. Okay, then next property is the second activity is given to us here. In this activity, draw 5 circles. We have to draw the 5 circles of different radius on the paper. Join the center of the circle and the midpoint of the chord. Okay, it is the converse. In next year you are going to study the what is converse. Converse means actually theorem is there, it's opposite. So for that what we have to do here, we have to draw the 5 circles. So 1 2 3, this is 4, for these circles what we have to do, we have to draw the 5 chords. Okay, this is the activity you have to do. So here I will draw the chords for this circle. Then from the center of the circle we have to take out the midpoint. Just measure it and find out its midpoint of the chord. Suppose chord's measure is 6 centimeter, then its midpoint is at 3 centimeter. If chord's measure is 4 centimeter, its midpoint is at for 2 centimeter. And now what we have to do, we have to join the center of the circle and the chord. We have to join the center of the circle and the chord. So here if I will join this, you will notice that here it is the center of the circle. You will notice that this is perpendicular, means the angle of this angle, you just measure in each figure. You will notice that this is the 90 degree. In each figure the angle is 90 degree, and from this what we infer that the line which joins the midpoint of the chord and the center of the circle is perpendicular on that chord. First property what we see in that the line which joins, which is perpendicular on the chord, bisect the chord, okay, and its converse or its opposite. Another activity is that the line which joins the midpoint of the circle and the center of the circle, what happens, it is perpendicular on that chord. So we verify this property by using this activity. Okay, after this, so this is the second activity. So here some solved examples are given to us here. So today what you have to do, these two properties you have to complete in your book, and then we will see the next solved questions in our next lecture. So today we are going to stop here only with these activities, and next part we will see in our next lecture. So okay, thank you and have